It's a lot of stuff that Republicans are doing right now that are like driving me up the wall. The American dream is bullshit.
The latest thing with Trump, he was talking to the hologram Theodore Roosevelt.
Why we need a lawyer at the school? What happened to the separation of church and state?
Man.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Working 9 to 5. Yo, I'm out here. Happy Friday Eve. It's your boy, Christian Alexander, also known as Pan. I'm here with my brother, one of the coolest guys that I know, Mr. JocQ.
I'm an example of a...
Man, what's up, brother? How you doing, dog?
What's up, man? What's up?
Man, you know, out here trying to stay black in this world, in this crazy world. Just trying to stay down. Really, just trying to stay down. How are you, man? Let the people know who you are. I was going to go into this like long introduction about how cool you are and shit. I figure I just let you do it yourself.
Nah, man, you good, man. Appreciate it. What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Jock, Houston native, goddamn R&B extraordinaire in this thing. And like my boy said, man, I real chill back. Love to do music, man. What's up? Good to be here.
Man, that's a pretty good introduction. Jock is also a leader of young men and women, phenomenal educator, somebody that's shaping and molding the young minds of tomorrow.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's probably taught the next president, don't even know it. Like he said, think about his students. One of them nigglets. No, I'm just kidding.
You never know, man.
You never know.
The wide spectrum.
You never know, man. I mean, so, you know, I appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate everybody in the live. If you got something to say, put it in the comments. This is a free space, free speech. Say whatever you want to say. You know, you can't do whatever you want to do. We might kick you out. It's not that kind of party. Jock, being an R&B extraordinaire, has blessed us with some tracks that we're going to listen to tonight. You know, I came on singing one of the first ones, Working 9 to 5. You know, it's a great song. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when I didn't know that Jock could sing. Well, bro, like you being an artist, like really came out of fucking nowhere. Like, I mean, and maybe, you know, right, because, you know, like we knew each other before Elise. But you know, we got cooler, like, you know, when y'all relationship grew and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But you being an artist was not on my bingo card, brother.
Well, it honestly did make me feeling better. It wasn't on my bingo card neither, man.
Really?
Yeah. As you were saying, you know, I'm an educator. I've been teaching. I think this will be going into my 9th year teaching, and it was really after, I would say, my 3rd year teaching. When I did move into the Aldine district, started teaching. You know, we got to the place we had to do our UIL contest. We won our award, did great. Everybody was hooping and hollering, taking pictures, you know, all the good stuff. And, you know, I went home, and I'll never forget this moment. I went home, got on Facebook, and all of my colleagues were making these long celebratory posts about, you know, how excited they were. They got these, you know, these exemplary scores. And I got the same scores, but felt empty.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this can't be it. I can't be, 'cause at that time, I think I was only about 26 or something like that. I'm like, I can't be 26 and feeling empty already with what I'm doing. And so, you know, I prayed about it, and God basically was like, are you ready to do what I've been telling you you need to do? And I was like, all right. And that's how we started.
Man, that is interesting. I never knew that, man. That's a dope ass origin story. Like, yeah, and you know, this is something that you have been like, you know, kind of running from.
Yeah. A lot like Jonah in the Bible.
Yeah.
A lot like Jonah, man. You know, just running until I got swallowed up in the fish, and I was like, okay, I don't need to be swallowed up anymore. Pause.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So That's how everything started, man. And it's been nothing but a 180 of feeling.
Yeah,
It's nothing but peace and solace. Of course, it's highs and lows, obviously, but it is, when you do what you love, networking in your life. And I teach music, and I'm a musician outside of that, so I literally don't do work.
that's all right, man. That's beautiful, man. I want that for all black people.
100%.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
100%.
And we gonna get more into the music, but this is politics and pan. We are gonna get some news today. Got
Come
some
on.
cool shit to talk about. But before we get into that, this song is called Lunar Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
gonna get into Lunar Deep. So we're gonna say 9 to 5 for a little bit later. But we're gonna get into this Lunar Deep by
All
my
right. This
boy Jock.
this Lunar Deep is coming out in about 2 weeks. Matter of fact, 2 weeks from today. So
2 weeks from today.
special premiere.
Here we finna get into Lunar Deep by my boy Jock. Let's check it out.
Tell me, baby, have you ever had a night like this before? Stars are shining, girl, the mood is right and the drinks are plentiful. Tell me, baby, really been this long since you gave up what's yours? No need, just lay next to me, let nature run its course. Deeper, keeper, close to me. Deeper, please, Lunar Deep. Don't stop now, you got it, baby. Your moves arouse hypnotic sensation. Don't stop now, you drive me crazy. You feel me out, we'll take it all in. Through the jungle, let our love rain down and bite like an
That was Lunar Deep by my boy Jock. Bro, what inspired that song? You muted.
Sorry about that. Honestly, dude, I really just wanted to, for better like words, go deeper into my artistry with
Mm,
this next wave of music that's coming out. Really just wanted to just take it up a notch. Take it up a
yeah,
notch, dive into a different sector. As an educator, I'm very particular about the way I articulate my words and just the way that I do stuff, protect the bag as I would say.
right, right.
But I'm also an artist, so I understand that, I can get my point across without having to go too crazy. So I
Yeah,
wanted
I
to.
like that, man. It was definitely giving me some mature Kim vibes, right? Like definitely feeling the deep R&B groove, something that that I would share with my daddy. What I'm saying, something real cool. I like the drums. Like it's a good vibe, man. It's something that I can hear sitting down having a nice dinner in a room that smell like fine perfume.
Hey man, that's the
Yeah,
goal.
yeah,
I want it
yeah,
to be a vibe, man. I want it to
yeah.
be a vibe.
Yeah, no, you did that. You did that. You did that. You did that. Let me make sure I can give you a little hand clap. Yeah, you
Thank you,
did
sir.
that. You did that. So into this news, man. So the Orange Man, they said he got bowel problems. They
Mm.
said he been having a hard time with his bowels, which is crazy. That boy living a shitty life, which is which is
It's hard. It's
crazy, man.
hard. It's
Dog, it's
hard out here,
hard. You know what I mean? Like just getting older, right? It's something wrong with my knee right now, and I'm 36.
dude. Dude, every
Bro,
time I get up, something acting up.
you know what I'm saying? Snap, crackle, and pop. You feel me? Like, but that boy he got problems, what I'm saying, keeping his rectum tight. Like he having a hard time, pause. You know what I mean? Like he having he having a real hard time. And while doing that, he is still trying to bask in all the glory that is him. and he making a major play to be able to get some votes on the 4th of July by dropping these Trump accounts.
Yes,
And I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that Republicans are doing right now that are like driving me up the wall. Right? If Mystical hadn't gone to jail, I'd have turned on that. I'd have did it. You know what I mean? But we
yeah.
can't, we can't support the Negroes that commit heinous crimes against women. But you know what I'm saying? Whoever the producer is, I can hit that.
We say the instrumental still works, huh? The
The
instrumental still
instrumental
works.
still works. We're not gonna use the words. Now, if Mystical made the instrumental, we might be screwed. But I don't think so. Hopefully it was Manny Fresh.
That's funny.
Oh, but it's a lot that Republicans have done lately that are pissing me off. And that's what we're gonna be talking about today. And this one is the Trump accounts. Are you know about the Trump accounts?
Yeah, I have been aware of them. I know for me, man, it felt like the promises, unkept promises. I mean, that's all this man has been his two campaigns, his two presidential stints, just unkept promises. And so when I initially heard it, honestly, I didn't think he was going to follow through with it.
Okay.
And so the fact that we are here and after doing my research on it, like I said, it's the same stuff, just masked in a different way and tweaked towards the people they want it towards.
Yeah.
And so it's a foul game, man, and it's a speck in the sand to the mountain of problems that we have. And honestly, it doesn't even address everybody, and the people that it was meant to help the most are the ones who aren't going to be able to see a true benefit from it. So I foul wrong on all fronts.
It's probably the most vain thing that I think he's done outside of putting his name on the stimulus checks, right? Because Cory Booker came up with this
Mm-hmm.
in 2018. He came up with it in 2018, and him and Ayanna Presley, they reintroduced it in 2023. But Cory Booker's version was designed to close the racial wealth gap.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the Republicans were like, no, you said the R word. And if you say the R word, that means it's not for all Americans and white people won't be able to get none. At least that's what I hear.
No, that is a very good interpretation of your communication filter, because that's what it is. I mean, any political word that deems or is underlined in their omission, I wouldn't even call it oppression. I would just say omission. The fact that they're not picked in the duck duck goose game means that we got to play another game.
We got to play a whole nother game. Because, okay, so for those of you who do not know, Cory Booker introduced the American Opportunity Accounts Act in 2018. The concept was simple. Every child born in America gets a saving account seated at $1,000 when they are born. Then every year after that, the government adds money to the account based on family income. The poorest families would get around $2,000 a year added. The wealthiest families, they're not going to get any subsidies from the government. So the entire legislation was built to empower those who are the least. What Trump did was keep all the shiny parts, i.e., the $1,000, right? We're going to give all y'all's babies $1,000. Now, but after we give y'all $1,000, you got to put your own money in it. Like, so you can put up to $5,000 in it, but who got $5,000 to put in a savings account for their baby? Gas is $3. Well, how much is it now? It's not $3.60 no more.
It went down maybe by 2 cents.
But it's still about $3. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's still $3.
Mm-hmm.
It's still $3. I was having a conversation with my partner the other day, and he was like, bro, I make 6 figures and I feel broke. He was like, I make so much more money than I did when I was a waiter, and it don't feel like it.
You don't feel like it. Yeah.
It don't feel like it at all. Like,
man, when I saw that statistic about, what the number for the American dream is now, when it used to be 100,000 and that was always the goal. Now
what's the
you crunch,
number?
The number is 250.
$250,000.
Yeah, that's the number, man. The new American dream number. And that's why your friend feels broke because he makes over 100,000, which was the goal that we were trained up on. But
It
the
was.
number to feel comfortable now, according to the calculations, and this isn't an
Yeah.
assessment. According to calculations, is 250 to feel to feel safe and comfortable. Now, unless this is of course unless you are one of the people who, like the non Republicans say, you live well below your means and you eat beanie winnies and you drive a 1986 Chevy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Everything all paid off.
Yeah,
You ain't got no
yeah.
credit.
Then
You ain't got
then you
no
might be
debt.
good at 100.
You ain't got no debt. Nah, the American dream is bullshit.
Man,
Like,
come on.
that's what it is. They sold it. They sold it. And I'm, like, and I mean everybody, red and blue, they sold it.
Yeah,
They sold that dream. Go to college. Yeah, take out them FAFSA loans. It's okay. When you get out, there are gonna be jobs for you.
you good.
It's gonna be okay. We have jobs. We're doing everything we can. And now every day, every single day, there are small towns fighting for their lives for them to put up these data centers so that nobody will have a job.
Come on, talk
No
about it.
one is going to have a job. What in the hell are people going to do
Yeah,
when
it's
what?
it, it's man, it's terrible, man. Like I said, people fighting for the jobs, and you look out here, you're starting to see that curve of AI. Of I think I read yesterday or the day before what Ford is hiring back 300 technicians employees because the ones that they had, the AI they brought in to take over was doing a terrible job. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's these large tech companies and these corporations looking to cut corners on a dollar, thinking that tech is going to replace and save them money. But like I've always told people, AI is only as smart as the person operating behind the machine.
I mean, this is true, man, but you think about it, dog. A couple years ago, using ChatGPT, you couldn't get a straight up image, bro.
Yeah,
Like, and within 6 months, like you see the ChatGPT image mania, bro. And
man,
that
it's
took
crazy.
six. That took 6 months. Like, so from a couple years, I remember when Grammarly was like the big AI player,
Mm-hmm.
and now you can build websites and all of that. Like, it's we not like, Ford hiring those people back, I think, is a band-aid. Like, it's really just a temporary fix, right? Honestly. Because all they're gonna do is go back and refine the technology, right? Like, because look at Waymo, dog. Like, Uber drivers, if you're an Uber driver, you're fucked. Yeah, if you're an Uber driver, you're fucked. You're
Wait,
it's
Waymo's that self-driving car, right?
right. And think about it, dog.
Yeah,
Like,
I've been
if
seeing slowly more and more of those.
yeah, dog, like you cooked. If you're an Uber driver, bro, because if there's nobody driving the car, the labor is so much less. That way, therefore, they can provide the service to you for cheaper. People are going to go for the cheaper option. You see why every third person, not even third, every maybe second or third person in the hood is damn near obese. Why? Because everything around them for them to eat accessibly is cheap.
Mm-hmm.
People gonna go for the cheaper option every single time,
Especially if their dollar isn't going as far.
bro. So like they are propping up these data centers. They taking these $1 billion companies going to these small towns, and they are dumping thousands and thousands of dollars. They taking these people who live out in the middle of nowhere. They taking them to the nearest big city. They wining them and they dining them. They drinking and they in the club and they going to football games. And they doing shit they ain't never did because no big company has ever had any interest in a little town. But
Mm-hmm.
now because they got these big ass data centers that they want to build, and mind you, what the hell is that shit gonna look like when the technology moves forward? We have no idea because it's gonna be left in the cornfield. It's gonna be this big ass building that was a data center that don't have no windows. It don't like it's not habitable in no way, shape, or form. It is gonna be this big ass massive structure out there in the field.
I agree with you, and honestly, maybe it's just the fact that it's just a too simple of an answer, but I don't understand what's so wrong with us copying some of what our neighbors are doing, like like how China is putting their data centers within the ocean, putting it at the bottom of the ocean and allowing the science to cool itself. Allowing the things to cool itself within a system of water that's not going to deplete the community. It's not going to harm the community. I mean, you get the same result, but again, that's just too easy of an answer. Or maybe
That
it's
is
because
very un-American of you to even think like that.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
too
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's too easy of an answer. It's if it wasn't my idea, it's not a good idea. That's how America is.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, America is the people who run America are absolutely terrible. They have no concern for the population. They have no concern for the environment. The only thing that concerns them is how much more money they can make. But why do you even need all of that money? What you gonna do with it?
What you gonna do with it? And if you kill everybody, then you don't continue to make the money because you don't have the consumers to pay you the money. That I
They
think
are
that
definitely going to. Sam Altman said AI is going to be the end of the world. That's what he said. He said AI is going to be the end of the world. And now, mind you, I got AI up on my computer right now, right? Like, and the cognitive dissonance that I have about AI is so high, right? Because I use it for a lot of different things. But if we really sit here thinking about it, what are we getting ourselves into?
100%, dude. 100%. You definitely have to be cognitive. Heck, I find myself sometimes getting too complacent and getting too dependent on it. I'm sorry, I'm asking it simple questions like I know I can answer this, and that's when I'm like, okay. When I find myself doing that, I'm like, okay, let me use my brain. Let me go back and
Right?
use my brain
Like
because
the fact
it.
that you got to tell yourself,
Mm-hmm.
let me go back and use my brain,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like that you got to turn it on, right? Like that in itself should be a sin. It should be written into the Bible. Like they
No,
should
a
come up
hundred
with some
percent.
new pages that include technology.
100%. And think about this, the fact that, like you said, if I'm telling myself that, and I'm what, 33, something like that. I'm 33. If I'm telling myself that, imagine what a kid whose brain isn't developed before 25 is doing.
He
They not saying nothing.
he not saying nothing. He not
he
turning it off at all.
ain't turning
He not turning it off at
he,
all.
come on.
He
Come on,
completely
man.
glued into the matrix, dog. You remember when they used to lay in the thing and put the thing on the back of their head and
Yeah.
like go? Yeah, that's all the
Yeah.
kids right now.
Yeah.
Like
That's exactly because look, they already struggling to read, write, and comprehend.
they
Shoot,
can't read shit.
something that's doing all three of those form, and it'll talk to you in the way that you talk to, just to make you comfortable. Man, yeah,
That so I my Claude is racist.
how is it racist?
Because like it knows that I'm black, right? Like and like because it knows that I'm black, it sometimes speaks to me in like a black vernacular, or it
Mm-hmm.
will like push like stereotypical like black things on me, like when I'm writing. Like right now, I'm writing an op-ed about like community in the black political arena, right? Like how we can induce a sense of community and market that towards those voters who are otherwise disengaged. Right?
Yeah.
How do we make it feel like, okay, this is a place that you would like to be in and of a part of, right? Because our collective unity will lead to our uplift as a people, right? So, like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what the op ed is about. And so I'm writing the op ed and I'm asking it questions, stuff like that. And they gave me a title, I Want My Grandmama's Block Back.
Goodness.
That's racist as hell. I want my grandmama's block back.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate. I definitely see how we got there, but from what I've learned and just my question, I would say within AI starts off as a blank piece of paper. To me,
Yes.
it starts out as a blank piece of paper, and the more prompts that you put into it, the more you talk, and the more comfortable you get. I think one, how comfortable we get changes a little bit how we talk over time. I think when we
Mhm.
first start, it's just like a conversation. You're timid, you're meeting a new person, so you're talking in a specific way. But as you continue to get comfortable and time starts moving, maybe you don't have enough time to speak in the proper way to the chat and the prompt. Over time, it starts to learn your terminology and your lingo, along with picking up everybody that it picks up from all sectors. And I think from there, that's when it creates that type of language back, because of course mine did the same thing, and I was blown back. I think the first time it did, I was asking something about my music, and it was like, yeah, that's fire. I was like, who are you right
And
now?
who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to like
Oh,
that? Why are
yeah,
you
who are
talking?
you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to?
Don't
And
talk to me
so
like that.
and so
Like,
I don't know. For me, I'm literally caught in the middle, because the way I have the chat, the one that talks back to you, and mine, I have mine on the lady setting. So I kind of feel like Tony Stark in Iron Man 1 when he was talking to Jarvis, a old girl. You know what I'm saying? And so I appreciate a little bit the slight comfortable in the vernacular that you give me as we talk, because it allows me again to more quickly be comfortable and get what I need to get across.
no,
But
it
I
like
definitely at the same time have my reserve on how comfortable it is talking to me in my black vernacular for
it
sure.
is too far. I'm not gonna lie. For me, it is too far. It's too goddamn far. Don't talk to me like that. You're a goddamn computer. Don't suggest things like that. Don't suggest cultural references. Like, when don't do that. Like, no, that shit is out of line. I'm not having that. I like
Okay.
the
Okay.
AI even goes as far. Oh,
Question.
let me make this point real quick. The AI even goes as far. It's telling me what to do now. It's telling me to take a break. It is telling me you've done enough. Go ahead and go to bed. Who the fuck are you talking to? I pay for this. You're gonna do what I'm asking you to do. Like, I have been in full blown arguments with my Claude because it is like, Claude, put me in timeout right now. I have this big yellow thing on my screen that says, because a large number of your prompts have violated our acceptable use policy, we have temporarily applied enhanced safety filters to your chats. I don't even know what enhanced safety filters are. When you click the learn more, it gives you this very ambiguous definition of what that is. Like, it is very much so trying to box me in and control my thinking. So, like, because you know me, I'm plotting a revolution over here. Like, I am over here plotting the revolution. This AI has told me so many times I can't do that because you use the word black. I can't help you plan or organize for a specific race and or community.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. But see, you can't blame Claude for that. That's the people that's behind Claude. Because remember, like we said, when AI first came out and it was a wild, wild west out here, you could put all kind of prompts in there.
no,
And
ChatGPT did that too.
yeah,
Like,
but
it is
it
definitely
it did it it
white.
did it it did it after, like they had their initial set of settings, like for the basic stuff. We don't want these people to be able to get extensive information about this. But after you had people not going to the doctor because they were getting their own diagnosis, accurate diagnosis, then you had the people not going defending themselves in court because they were up all night studying those chat prompts and not having to go get lawyer consultations or business consultations. That's when they went back into chat. The people, I forgot the company, the parent company of chat, but they went to them and was like, hey, we need y'all to put an extra parameter on here and shut it down some more, because we're losing money on a lot of fronts.
Were there actually? Now, I don't know about this because I was just in Corpus and I was sitting down at breakfast with my partner. He's an attorney, and he
Mhm.
was just complaining about how he is tired of people coming to him with this stuff that they got out of the AI and asking him to read it over so they can like bypass having to pay a lawyer for their expertise because the AI chatbot already told them what it is they need to know. And
Right,
he's
right,
like,
right.
no, right? Like, like
No,
he's
that
like,
that
no.
that that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what it is, man. Because
But like, ain't nobody getting off, dog, using no AI defense or like no shit like that. Ain't nobody getting off. Like, cause I have written plenty of contracts via AI, and I still go and ask a lawyer to like look at the contract before. Like, if you think that you going somewhere with some AI to defend yourself or to like do some kind of like high level legal shit, like that is insane.
hey, man, common sense ain't common, man.
That is insane. Like, I
Common sense
mean,
ain't common.
like, I no, granted, right? My dog had these hot spots. I was nervous. That boy had like this big old rash on the side of his face, and I took a picture of it and asked it what it was. And then when I took him to the vet, it was what it said it was, right? Like, so there is that fine line between like, do this shit really work? Like, is it? I think it's the devil. I'm not gonna lie.
Say
I'm not even gonna
witchcraft.
lie.
Since
Yeah,
that witchcraft, my grandma used to talk about.
it's that witchcraft. It's definitely that witchcraft because like it's almost like when you are like, especially they pushing this productivity on us. Like, everybody, Sam Altman was like, everybody's gonna make so much money. Like, you get on YouTube every day, somebody is saying somebody just became a millionaire, with this prompt and this workflow. And this is like all you got to do is this, and you'll just make a lot of money and you'll be so productive. But like, do you ever think that they're indoctrinating us to just be these computer slaves, right? To just sit in front of the computer and just clicking and clacking and clicking and clacking and clicking it and give them every thought that we ever have so they
Yeah,
can
of
use it
course.
against us. And we can just sitting here and it'll be like Ready Player One. Everybody gonna be fat and they're gonna be laying in these chairs, and all the rich people are gonna be skinny and they're gonna live all the way far away in this little place that have all the green leaves because they killed the world with the data centers. And there's no more water and there's no more birds. You notice there are no more bugs. Notice that? Been on a road trip lately?
Yeah, it is way less bugs in your
like,
windshield.
bro, like that,
It is way less
fam.
bugs in your windshield. I will say that.
Fam, fam, that is signaling the beginning of the end, right? And I'm not doing like no biblical prophecy here, right? Because my grandmama has been telling me that the Lord is coming back my whole life. She actually just told me that the other day when we talked on the phone. Like, so, my granny believe it, but we don't. When the bugs leave, what do the birds eat?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, there's so many. This like so first the bugs are gone. First the bugs are gone. Then now we are now like in America. There's like we are going through crazy water shortages. The Colorado River has been in like a 26-year drought. They don't have water in Corpus Christi. They are building data centers everywhere where there is some water.
Yeah,
Pretty soon, all of the rich people, right? They are going to turn this into Westworld.
that's their goal. That's definitely their goal, and I have optimism in small places. Honestly, I look at.
Really?
I do. I do. It's not that many in America. But I have optimism in places that I see in other places in the world that honestly now it's gonna take some work from us as America, but we have to do a cosmic change in our infrastructure from top to bottom. That's going to take some time, it's going to take some years. But again, I've seen other countries do the work. I've seen other countries start the process and get there over the years to do it. I think what Mamdani in New York, I think him and the small things that the governor Newsom is doing in California. And I think both of those places are good examples of in America. And now nobody's perfect, obviously, but I think those two spots are good places that are showing that if you get the right person in place and they stay true to their word, what I'm saying, you can create immediate change. You know what I'm saying? For the longest time, we, especially in the black community, we argue that, what I'm saying, these people come in there and these politicians don't do what they run on. And that's 100% true.
Yeah.
But then one of the excuses that we gave, or one excuse that I'm sorry, not we, one excuse that they gave us was, you don't understand all the red tape it takes to get all this stuff done. And for the most part, as a common person, you probably don't. But when you see one example, like I said, Mamdani in New York, and everything he's done in his small stint as mayor, that's when honestly I think outside of all the craziness that Trump is doing, I think everybody's eyes should be on New York and seeing, oh, they really were playing in our faces. I mean, I don't know how many signs you need, but if you just needed one more straw to break the camel's back, oh, they really were playing our faces because he came in and did this, and did this, got the New York deficit down to zero in a matter of 3 months. Like, come on, y'all. Like, what do we? So all you that's all you need. And
I
so I
mean,
think, yeah.
my bad. Continue.
No,
I'm
you
sorry.
good. No, you good. You good. You good.
So I mean, I don't disagree. And I was talking to one of my mentors today, and he sent me this news article, and it was an interview with Steve Bannon. Steve
Mhm.
Bannon is a like high level Trump aide,
Mhm.
and he was saying that that the establishments, both Democrat and Republican, they're cooked because they don't know how to respond to what's happening on the ground. Right, like people want change right now, today. They don't want
Today.
it tomorrow. They don't want to hear it like the Trump checks dropped. And that's fine and dandy. But nobody wants to wait 18 years to get their money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not helping me today. Gas high today, groceries high today, rent high today. The rent is
That
two
promise
is
of tomorrow is gone.
yeah, nobody gives a fuck about that, man. And I keep telling these people, bro, like I keep saying my whole campaign when I ran, bro, was we got to be able to create a community that people want to be a part of. Don't nobody want to come play with y'all. And nobody wants to listen, it seems like. They want to keep trying that same shit over and over again. And boys keep saying, nobody wants to come play with y'all. Y'all aren't cool, bro. Y'all aren't cool. This don't make us feel good. The music not good over here. The food is bad. We're not coming to your party. And they keep doing it. And every year they keep not coming to the party. Every year. And then you get the old black people going, y'all just don't understand what we fought for. And we fucking don't. We weren't alive then, bro. Like, let us live. How about that? Y'all got to see that shit change. Y'all was there when Martin Luther King was standing behind them when he was signing that law into action that it just took away from us. Tell me and my partner right here, since we've been alive since the 90s, what legislation has been enacted that will give direct benefits to black people in America like the Civil Rights Bill did?
No, and I agree. And I wouldn't even say we don't understand. I think we've gotten past that level of understanding. Kind of like that analogy when Tupac was giving that when I forgot what interview he was doing, but he was talking to that lady and he was talking politics. He was like, for some time we're gonna be, hey, let us in, we want to get in because we're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, next you know, it started from singing to we about to bust this damn door open to get what we need. I think that's more where we are.
For sure.
We spent those generations of okay, all right, auntie, all right, grandma, we hear you. We're doing our part, but from disappointment, to disappointment. Now we're at the two radicals. Either I don't care what you're saying, I need my results, or I'm
Yeah.
just taking my ball and I'm going completely home.
I'm
You know what I'm
going
saying?
home. Like I'm
And
not. I'm
and
taking my ball. Most people are taking their ball and they're
yeah,
not playing no more. They're
mm-hmm,
not playing. And when I say we don't understand, it's that undying fealty, right? It's that undying fealty that is
yeah,
lost, right? Like
yeah,
because
yeah,
why am I giving so much for nothing, bro?
for nothing.
Like for nothing, dog. Like in everybody keeps saying you are gaining X and you are gaining Y and you are gaining Z. And it's like you playing in my face, you playing with my intelligence. Like I'm not bright enough to
Come
understand
on,
and see what's happening in front of me. Like I can't read. Like I didn't go to two of the finest Negro institutions on the face of the earth
come
to
on.
learn whatever it is I need to learn. Like you are so much smarter than me. No, you're not. Politician, you don't even have to get a degree to be a politician.
Yep.
The guy that is running ICE is an entrepreneur. He own a plumbing company. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here with that. And they wondering, right? Like the Democrats fried, the Republicans fried. The Democratic Socialists of America are winning. Young lady just won the congressional seat in Colorado, in Denver,
Yeah.
outside of the establishment. She just won in Denver. There's somebody else, another Democratic socialist, just won like Washington, D.C. Like they winning everywhere, right? With this populist argument. I'm you and you are me, right? Because we are nothing if we're not together. That's the argument. We are together. I understand what you're going through. The single mother who is trying to pay for daycare, get to work, make sure she got gas in her car, make sure she got health care, make sure she can get medicine for her baby. Like that grandma that's on a fixed income, she can't really figure nothing out. Her prescription running out. She don't got no help. Them the people that they talking to. And
And
they,
and honestly, like I said, I'm down for that cause as long as as long as and I'm gonna do it. But I would hope that everybody does what they're supposed to do. But as long as we do that research and make sure that we don't get somebody who is preaching those things, but then gets in and changes. I mean, because heck, that's what Animal Farm is, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I see the pigs going to a slaughter, but we're better pigs than the other pigs, so you good.
and that is I think that's the black political plight, right? Because we are told, right, and this another argument that is going on amongst, like, what I'm saying, the black political class, right? Those who know, who are involved, right? Because you got a certain a certain subset of black people saying we're not just giving up our vote, right? And honestly, James Tallarico is in probably the worst predicament right now because he's getting the brunt of things that he didn't directly cause.
Hmm.
Right, like the blowback that he is receiving is really blowback falling on the Democratic Party, but he's the party scapegoat right now.
Hmm.
So the division between young Democratic voters who are more revolutionary, who are more left leaning, who are thinking more of a populist way. There's a schism between them and the establishment Democrats and the older voters and those who want to vote blue no matter who. And they are thinking that the more liberal, radical minded Democrats who are sounding an alarm of inclusion, who are sounding an alarm of transparency, who are sounding an alarm of do it right now politics. It's not that they are saying we're not going to support Democrats. It is that we're saying we need Democrats to do more. And the question is being asked, well, why are you asking Democrats to do more now? Look at what is at stake. Look at what we could potentially lose by you asking for something right now. And you hear how thwarted that sounds?
100%.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, don't ask for what you need, right? And you go back to the Animal Farm thing. As black people, we are always asked to pick between a not well-meaning white person and a well-meaning white person, right? But either time that we've ever picked historically, we've not gotten much of
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. Stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Right.
And again, that is how we've gotten so many people to take their ball and go home. That's why these last 2.5 years, you ain't seen no black people out there at these protests and all these complaints these white people have. Because they are the ones who want to control the situation. No matter how much, our black dollar is what it is, no matter how much our influence culturally drives the entire world, they're the ones who, for the better lack of words, help cause this problem. And
Mm-hmm.
us as the black delegate has said, okay, we all gonna be the ones this time in the line of history to get us out this problem. Because we're not gonna go out there. And I find it warmingly comical how united us quickly as a black people without talking, using that doing that ancestral that feeling. Nobody was like, we going out there. You know what I'm saying? We all looked at those results this last election. We all looked at that data together. Even people who don't even look at data was talking about the demographics of the voting stuff. And everybody's at bed, and this is where we've been. That's why you've seen on social media on Ball Alert for 2 years. When somebody have a complaint, you scroll to the left of that last slide. Them people saying, "I will vote for Donald Trump," because I mean that's where we are.
I mean, and I mean, when we got Donald Trump, we got Donald Trump for the same reason that we are here now. Is just that people are tired,
Hmm.
and the establishments have not done a good job. We only got two parties. Both parties are not doing a great job at rallying their base, right? Like neither one are doing a great job, but one has like the Christian nationalist white church on their side, right? Like which going into now they trying to make now it's not they trying to like if you have a child that is going to school in Texas, like they is gonna make your child learn about the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know what I'm saying? For everybody who love the Lord, that's fine. I love the Lord too. You know what I'm saying? Praise his name. But everybody can't teach my daughter the Bible. I don't care who you is. I don't know what Miss Johnson's religious affiliation is, and I don't let everybody lay hands on me, and I won't let everybody lay hands on my daughter. We don't need to be doing that because I don't know what the interpretation is going to be. I don't know how you feel about this scripture. They use scripture to tell niggas we was inferior. They use scripture to tell women that they don't deserve to lead. They use scripture to tell gay people that they are less than. So who is this teacher that is going to be giving this specific interpretation of this biblical story that they're going to be learning about in class? Who are they? What theology have they learned? What church do they go to? Who they worship under? Because what? And why are you, and I'm sorry, Jock, and why are you parents? Like, I get it. I love the Lord. But okay, if you love the Lord, like, you would think that your salvation is something that, like, if you going to be getting that kind of education, it should be from people that you are aligned with. And it just shouldn't be anybody. But now, like, the teacher that was teaching reading got to enter in a religion course in class.
Yeah, I'm baffled at at the optics of this. Now, I was bucking the system, and I could say, being affected again, I'm in an inner city district, and so I wonder how it was in my neighboring districts, but I didn't see not one Ten Commandments post to go up nowhere in the school anywhere. And I asked a few colleagues. I didn't do too many people, but I did ask. I didn't see anybody implementing these things. Like, I don't agree. I completely don't agree with what they're trying to do. How are you going to enforce this preposterous thing? And then, on top of everything you said about, if my child is Christian, again, then we get into the whole stipulation of, like you said, their interpretation. Are they able to do this? How is this helping my child be a better reader? How is this helping my child be better in math when we as Texans, or we as an America, are at the lowest in every proficiency? You know what I'm saying? I mean, just our priorities are all over the place. At one point in time, actually, I'm surprised we haven't had a Texas judge strike this down. But I mean, I can't be too surprised because of
Can't be too surprised.
you know what I'm saying? I can't be too surprised, the state we live in. But I mean, it's so baffling, dude, to think that, heck, we've gone a step further. Again, like you said, if my child is Hindu, if my child is Buddhist, what does my child do?
Nothing. You know what I mean? And that's the cold part about this. Because you know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it. The evangelical whites they are oppressing everybody the same way they did when they decided they was going to colonize the world. Shout out to Stacey Childs, future state rep, and Dr. Tiffany Clark, I believe that's what that sister's name is, for standing tall on the State Board of Education and fighting back against this ideological extremism that they're pushing on our kids, because it's a goddamn travesty out here.
Travesty.
Like, it is a travesty. And I'm tired of these crazy white folks putting their crazy whiteness on the world. It makes
100%.
no sense whatsoever why we have to participate in anything like this, because not everybody is Christian. Not everybody, and the different sects of Christianity, like, are so broad. Like, there's so many different things to consider here. And it's just like, we're just gonna throw it up and worry about it later, like data centers. Like, that's what they do. They build and then they make you deal with it later, because what you gonna do now? Right?
Mhm.
Like, and that's the,
And
you
and
know what I
and,
mean?
and,
Like,
and they gone and went about their business somewhere else.
yeah. Like they don't even live around here. Their kids don't go to them schools. They don't have to worry about it. But
Mm-hmm.
it's you Negroes that I'm talking about. You Negroes who was like, oh yeah, we need the Lord in the school. Why? Why do you need the Lord in the school? Why? What place does Jesus have here? What is he here for? Tell me what he doing. What he doing? What pastor in there? What deacon is in there? Why we need the Lord in the school? What happened to the separation of church and state? If you love Jesus, that's fine. You can love Jesus and you can have academics and you can have religion. You can have that.
Or or just take your child to a private school. I mean, that never has not been an option. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my whole thing. You have the places to honor whatever you trying to do. You know what I'm saying? You love the Lord. You want your child to to be educated within the Lord as well as learn their ABCs. Okay, they have they have Saint Christian school for your baby,
Yeah, I ain't gonna
and
lie.
take
For
them there.
me, that's OD for them kids, right? Like they that's a lot.
I agree.
That's a
I
lot.
agree.
I'm not even gonna lie. That is a lot. As a kid who had to go to church damn near every day with my grandma, that's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of stimulation. It's a lot. And then when you keep them kids in church that long, when they grow up, they be weird. Like they be weird, dog. They be weird as hell. They don't be
well,
socialized for real, bruh.
I think
Like,
I personally think if I don't think it's something you should do for a long time, honestly. I know for me and my siblings, we went to those Christian centers where the church did your pre-K basically. I can't remember what those are called, but we basically did that where church did our pre-K, and it was a little bit of teaching us about God in there, but I mean it was pre-K. It was just pre-K
yeah,
at
yeah,
the church.
that's
You know what I'm
okay. It's okay for a little while.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
It's
saying. You do
okay for
that
a
for a
little
little
while.
while, and then but put I'm more of the I'm more of a public school type person. I want my baby to get to get the rough edges and stuff like that because I feel like it in 12 years it's gonna help them be a better person
I
along
mean,
with
but
my
like
upbringing.
the private schools, they be like, they be on some shit, dog.
Yeah.
Like like straight up. Like, they be on some shit. Like all them kids got that bread, you know what I mean? Their parents making them go there, you know what I'm saying? Because they belong to whatever churches and stuff like that. They really paying for the network. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you know what I'm saying? They trying to like church them into doing right, but when does that ever work? Like, I'm just being honest. When does that ever work? When has fear ever stopped anybody from not doing things that they really wanted to do? All they did was just do it in the dark. Like, it ain't never stopped nobody. Like we see that. You see with the big exodus of people like not going back to church because they were fear mongered into not being themselves, so they just decided to separate completely. So like now you trying to force reverence and belief on everybody in these public school systems for what? Like if you're gonna come to God, you're gonna come. That's your choice. That's why God gave us free will. You're gonna come and you're gonna lay your hands before him and accept him and let him be your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and fine. But like, don't force me to eat your mashed potatoes, player. I might not like butter in my mashed potatoes.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I'd much rather them. I'd much rather be having a conversation about them forcing corporal punishment and paddling back in schools compared to them forcing Jesus back in there. I just
I don't like it. And whenever this get clipped up, I don't want nobody to try to paint me as anti-Jesus. I'm not anti-Jesus. I'm anti-Jesus at school. Like at school. I want theologians to teach about Jesus. Like pastors, deacons, people who are trained in Jesus. And maybe that's me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can let anybody teach our kids about Jesus. But as for Christian, that ain't happening.
no, and that's valid. And as a parent, you should have that right. You should have that feeling. You should be able. You should. protect everything that your child is being introduced to. You know what I'm saying? I mean that's your right as a parent, and so I think that's just another sector on how I don't agree with this. Now I understand America is we say under God in the pledge, but we also at the same time pledge on you being a free country and being able to have your own freedom of religion. And I think once you do stuff like this, you are immediately impeding on the freedom of religion.
But they don't
Immediately.
give a damn. It's the same people these are the same people who give businesses rights to vote, right? Like, and they stretch the definition of words to include things that that it's not intended for. You know what I mean? Like, these are the same people who the ancestors, the byproducts, the ancestors were people who use this same book to manipulate, people of color and women for a long time. This same, like, dark, scary, patriarchal, overbearing governmental presence is one that they are trying to bring back, very much so, right? With the whole, like, MAGA movement, like, that's it's the white imperialistic playbook, and they are trying to colonize the world with technology and God,
100%. 100%.
and it's fucked up.
That is their goal, man. And right now, unfortunately, they in the front of the race.
They is winning.
They are winning, man. They are winning this race right now.
Why do you think they winning?
Because these systems they've done a very patient job in integrating their beliefs and their influence and taking advantage in every single sector of the common man's life. I think that was first, intercepting all of those places, and any place that does have a speck of pushback, make sure they have somebody in there. So I think integration was first, and then the implementate, getting their people in place was second.
Mm-hmm.
Integrating first just to get in the seat, be in the room, but then allowing those people in the room to now be the voice, not just have a voice in the room, but be the voice, be the influence. And so then when you win and you get a situation like Trump being a president, especially that second time, running off of the things that we talked about earlier, the people wanting change right now, because even though not, I wouldn't say a fault to him, well, he shouldn't have ran, but Biden running that second time and really deteriorating in office really was one of the last straws for everybody. And so him deciding to try to run again and run against Trump really set us back personally, and it just left a bad taste in everybody's mouth, to where you had to, once he did drop out, Kamala didn't have enough time to really take the docket. And so you get here to where now people are going with the devil they know rather than devil they don't. You also mix in the people who are just sexist, and on top of their racism, to where they said, I know she's the better candidate, but I'd rather have a man run my stuff than a woman does. And so when you get into the situation and we're finally here and you allow them to win like that, it's literally as if we're at the end of the first Avengers movie or whatever movie that was, where Thanos snapped his finger and we lost half our stuff.
Yeah.
That's literally how it was. We lost half our stuff because we allowed him to get into presidency that second time and then take over all three plus one branch. I say four branches. You take over all three branches and the Supreme Court, which obviously has never been done before. You once you have the Supreme Court, that was the final nail, bro. You can have all three branches and still can find solace in knowing that the bipartisan stance you're supposed to have as a Supreme Court justice would be the last line of defense. But once that court has been, was infiltrated, especially to the level it's been, with him picking the last three appointees, I believe, or something like that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Really four, because, Miss Brown, Dr. Brown got in there, that was just undeniable from the people. But so allowing him to put in literally more than half of the people in the thing for right now, at least while it stands for the lifetime, because you're a judge until you die or you resign. You get this. There's no more defense. There's no more defense. There's until November where we're able to vote and create some form of change or some form of pushback. Hopefully, win back a branch or something. But for 2 years, there was nothing you could do.
Nothing.
There's nothing we've been able to do. We've had to sit back and literally watch. And when you thought you had the juice to do something, even as a federal judge, the first thing he did was strip the power from the federal judges. Supreme Court approves it. So now that takes even more power away. The federal judges then start doing what they do, and then, like you said, they stretch, tweak, underline, illegally ignore, and they get away with it because they have nobody to push back on. They have nobody to push back on them.
Nothing.
But I will say this, and this is again where I would come with my optimism. God makes no mistakes. And as you can see, even now, those relationships that, he's built, and those pockets that have been filled. Once those pockets are filled and stuff still don't get better, or one little thing rubs that person who's gotten paid the wrong way, and then their
Mm-hmm.
eyes start to open, which is what's happening now. People eyes are starting to open. People are starting to realize, okay, even though I got this bread, I still can't go where I want to go. I still can't
Still
do what I
can't.
want to do. And not only that, but now, not my own people don't even mess with me because I've done so much wrong, along with watching the person who's been behind this be months away from the upper room or the basement, whichever one you feel like my man's going to. You know what I'm saying? You can see the light at the tunnel, because they can't keep this up. Their golden cow and their reasoning is deteriorating in front of everyone's eyes. I don't know if you saw today what the latest thing with Trump. He was talking to the hologram Theodore Roosevelt.
I even had a conversation with Theodore Roosevelt. I said, what did you think about the Panama Canal? Do you consider that your greatest achievement? How do you feel about the fact that the Democrats gave the Panama Canal away to Panama for $1? Do you consider the Panama Canal your greatest achievement?
Well. Right then, yes.
Good answer.
The canal stands as one of my proudest battles, no question. But greatness is a strange thing. It isn't always the biggest or boldest job that matters most. The Panama Canal showed what America could achieve if we held steady and acted fast when the world dragged its feet. That said, I measure my greatest work by the lives improved. Parks set aside, food and drugs made safe, the square deal given to all, not just to a few. Still, when I stood in the mud watching those steam shovels, knowing ships would pass through, changing the world's map forever, I felt I'd left a mark that would last.
Okay, you did. Thank you.
You see that today?
Nah, I mean, but they said that he can't hold his bounds.
Man,
So
that
he going. He
he
going.
he had been able to hold his bowels for about 6 months. I mean, but that's he's old. That's one of the symptoms of being old. Old people can't hold their bowels.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Old people,
he going there. He going there.
old people suffer from dementia. I mean, like the dude, it's been every single day. I mean, you see him falling asleep on, in on TV and in court. I mean, and in rooms. Like I said, he was talking today. He was talking to a hologram, just like at a museum. Museum does a little presentation. The hologram talking to him, telling him how to be a president. It ends. It turns back into a regular wall. He talking back to it. Thank you. I really appreciate talking to you today, Theodore Roosevelt. Then proceeds later to go and say in a speech, while he was talking to real people, I spoke to Theodore Roosevelt today. Man, come on, bro. No, I went to a museum and I saw this display. No, I spoke. That's what he said verbatim. I spoke to Theodore Roosevelt today.
Now I need to watch that.
Oh, bro, I sent it to you.
I need to watch that. But I mean, I mean, we as a country keep picking like 80-year-old people to be the president. And this ain't nothing, no age discrimination thing, nothing like that. I'm not saying that older people shouldn't work. What I am saying is that older people who got a lot of money shouldn't work. I feel like you already worked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you old, bro. Like, what more? But like, what? I just the gluttony of it all is
The
up. The
and
gluttony
that's what it
of it
is.
is absurd, bro. Like, because what more could you possibly need, bro? Like, you old, dog. Like, you outside. Then they got the young white chick that's following him around. They talk about she his lover. Like she like his aide or whatever the case may be. They said that she like obsessed with bro, and whenever
Who?
he like mess himself, what's
Not the one who be speaking at the press.
Natalie Hart.
Oh yeah, I have been hearing her name lately.
So the Daily Beast has a Trump aide accused of very unhealthy relationship with blonde aide 34. His closest aide is Natalie Hart, and they say she has an obsession with him. Her White House aide Natalie Hart's obsession with Donald Trump has become so severe that her own brother has spoken out. Preston Hart, the estranged brother, I don't know if you can trust the estranged brother. Um, her brother said that the relationship is unhealthy and she's just like the president of his fan club. I mean, I've heard people online saying that, like, whenever he messes himself, she's the one helping to clean it up, and sometimes he don't notice, and like that's a dirty job. That's a dirty job. I mean, like, she got a crazy love for country because I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's taking CNA to a whole nother level.
She getting off on that.
Dog. Ugh. Like,
Yeah, she getting off
dog.
on that, brother.
Natalie, nasty Natty. That's nasty. That's
Yeah,
a
that's nasty.
nasty. If you need somebody to do a dirty job, you know who to call. You know what I mean?
Natalie
Like,
Hart.
yeah, man. It's the world is a ghetto. Like, what's it? Whose song is that? Whose song is that? That Gil Scott Heron? Is that Gil Scott Heron? The world is a ghetto.
I hear it, but I'm not. I don't want to lie to you.
Who is that? The world is a ghetto. Oh, that's War. That's War's album. Oh, it's a War song.
What War is the name of their group.
Yes, and War was a group of black men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I appreciate the black punk scene. But before we get on up out of here, I do gotta turn on this 9 to 5. I need to know, bro. Like, what inspired this song, dog? Up on that.
I wanted to make a catchy song that and a lot of, I don't know how people might feel, but R. Kelly is one of my I think he's a genius writer. He's a terrible person and stuff he did. But a genius writer. And I've always loved his unique ability to take common things and make a hit song out of them. And so, I wonder if I could do that. And I knew that the music I was writing all had to do something about with love and understand that love is a job. And like I say this, when I perform the song, love is a job. Sometimes we like our job, and sometimes we want to burn that motherfucker down. You know what I'm saying? But either way, love is also work as well. You know what I'm saying? You have to work at it. And so, you know what? What do people work? They work a 9 to 5, except my students. My students would be like, well, Mr. Williams, you work 8 to 4.
Totally. 9 to 5.
They be like, you work 7 to 3, Mr. Williams. I'm like, okay.
Well, we finna get into this 9 to 5
Like 9 to 5.
by my boy Jock, aka Mr. Williams. You know what I'm saying? 8 to 4. But this is 9 to 5 by Jock. You can see his social media handle scrolling here at the bottom. If you have not seen it, it's been playing the whole show. Go on there, follow my boy. You know
Please
what I'm saying?
do.
Like the music, send him a comment, tell him how you feel. Go see one of his shows. He be popping out whenever he can. You know what I'm saying? He does a great performance. wonderful voice. This is 9 to 5 by JocQ.
Turn me up. Play games and you actually captive cage, push on the scene. Why hold yourself down, searching from a dry well, lost love, trying to be with me. I keep going in circles now. I thought you didn't like carousels. Got me jumping through hoops, don't know what to do out here like boo the fool. Tell me I mean more to you, more to your friends think I do. Is this thing worthwhile when the last time it's my bitter minutes aside from you? Been putting in overtime, it's what us reclaim was mine. Everything was all good until it hit the fan. As we love and we hate, show up every day just to do enough, say we did it right. Working 9 to 5, up all night just to get it right. But don't be surprised if it be the same thing. 9 to 5, love and we hate, show up every day just to do enough, say we did it right. Working 9 to 5, up all night just to get it right. But don't be surprised if it be the same thing. 9 to 5, working 9 to 5, working 9 to 5. Do you have the number to the HR department? Cause ain't nobody tell me.
Do you have the number to the HR department? Because your ass is getting fired. You were standing too close to that lady in the lunch line, and we seen you brunch up against her booty, and we finna fight. That's what you get for being a freaky ass nigga at work. No, that is a wonderful song, my brother.
Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
No, I love it. I love it. Working 9 to 5. I like the, you know what I'm saying? I like the high note, dog. Working 9 to 5. I can just like see you like in the studio, dog, like just like working on them parts. I know like whenever I feel inspired and I decide to you know what I'm saying, to fire my microphone, you know, it's Betsy.
Come on, Betsy.
Yeah, this Betsy. You see, she got a little dust on. I ain't used it in a minute. Whenever I get inspired, I bring out Betsy and I be here harmonized and real loud by myself. Working 9 to 5.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm still working on. I see it in a movie, dude. I see it in a movie or a TV show, and that's once as I'm releasing my new music. That's gonna be one of the things I'm really gonna be pushing pretty hard. I really see because that's one of the things I get the most, you know. And I'm a big person on that. Like I respond to what my audience gives me, and all my audience tell me like, man, I see, like I can hear Get Back to Love, or I can hear 9 to 5, or I can hear Regrets, or some people say I can play Lunar Deep for this. Like I hear Lunar Deep in movies, so like everybody tells me
I can hear Lunar Deep in the show.
That's what everybody's telling me. So they're like, man, all this stuff like, I can hear in the movie. So I'm gonna really do my due diligence to you know, get it on. And honestly, that's where some good money is. You know, it's tough to get into it, but shoot, one commercial or one TV show, that's at least 10 bands, something like that. Crazy.
Hey, look, bro, Tubi, okay?
Yeah.
Tubi, dog. Like, start on Tubi. There's so many independent directors on Tubi, dog. Is you can shop your music to. Like, cause I want to. That's what for my 37th birthday. I want the from that year, from that February to that February, I want to task myself with putting some kind of, you know, film production out on Tubi.
Okay.
Like that's my like project, my art project for the year. So, you know what I'm saying? It's the market is vast. You
Yeah,
know
it
what I mean?
is.
So, you know, like, and it'd be a lot easier to get in there than like WB. I don't even know if that's still on TV, but Tubi, if you're trying to get the sync play placements, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people watch Tubi, it's free. I watched it today.
Nah, a lot of people do, and that's and I see it. I see it on there. I just have to take the steps to get it done.
Yeah, man. You're gonna get it done, brother. You're gonna get it done. Well, That's our show. They've been telling me that I got to come up with a better way to end this thing, but I don't know. This ain't no music. This ain't like, when I'm on stage and I'm doing my thing and it's like, thank you.
Shoot.
I think I might just start doing that. Thank you. Like, nah, that looks pause. So, all right, y'all.
Get you like a little bell or something, like a little ding. You know what I'm saying? That's the end of our show. Bah, 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 bah.
That'd be cool. Something like that. We're gonna work it out.
Work it out. Work it out.
But happy Friday Eve. I really appreciate everybody that joined us, that watched, that listened. Hope you learned something. Hope you laughed. You know what I mean? I hope that this was some kind of blessing to you. Because it is to me each and every Thursday night where we do it right.
Yeah.
With the 9 to 5. Shout out to my boy JocQ. Thank you so much for sharing your art with us, man. I appreciate you for letting me share my art with my community.
Of course. I appreciate you having me. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the dialogue, dog. You know what I mean? Very profound political opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to talk to you about that. You know what I'm saying? Tell Elise I said hello. And I love her. You know what I'm saying? And make sure y'all take care of that cat.
Will do. He definitely tried to make an appearance or two while we was recording.
Yeah, he tried. I bet. I locked my dog downstairs. He be going crazy. I couldn't do it. But all right, y'all, it's time to go. Make sure boys can get up for a 9 to 5.